are combatants themselves doing enough to ensure the safety of aid workers who are immediately involved in the protection of civil populations?
This is this full-scale work. So for now, you're right, 6 volunteers of Ukrainian Red Cross Society were killed during these 3.5 years, and 3 workers, aid workers of International Committee of Red Cross was killed last year. So it's for now, like for Red Cross, it's 9 people. During these 3.5 years, 23 offices of Ukrainian Red Cross Society was damaged or destroyed, mostly in southern and eastern parts of Ukraine. So could we avoid this? Probably yes. Yes. Could the combatants do more? Yes. We continue to repeating that humanitarian aid workers not a target. Yeah, and this is the question of IHL, this is international humanitarian law. This is a question of violation of international humanitarian law. What we can do in this situation just to speed up and power on, like our efforts in terms of dissemination of IHL. That is why Illya mentioned before that from our side, we are working together with the Ministry of Defense, with civil military cooperation of Armed Forces. So when last year, the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, of course, present a voluntary report on implementation of international humanitarian law, which was supported by Ukrainian Red Cross Society, just to bring the face, to that efforts which done by civil society, Ukrainian Red Cross Society, and the military and the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, to show that even during the war, we were one from. So it's not a lot of countries who could produce that report during active armed conflict, especially international active armed conflict. So our task to show to the world that we are a civilized country which working according to all international rules, including international humanitarian law.
From where you stand, do you think that standards are being observed, or do you think they're actually slipping?
It's definitely, it's what Maskym has mentioned. There is a report where, we should say from the perspective of Ukrainian government took, and Ministry of Defense in particular, took an honest reflection on itself. So the report actually mentions what the Ukrainian side does good and well, and what it does not do well. So it's an honest report. But in general, if we talk about the global situation, Ukrainian war in particular, we can definitely say that the standards are compromised. If we have attacks on hospitals, energy infrastructure, Red Cross, so it's in general the trend, global trend in wars, and Ukraine is not an exemption. It's compromising the rules that we have all accepted and the rules that have been established.
Clearly, one of the features of the global response to the Russian attack on Ukraine has been the, shall we say, the somewhat changeable policies of the United States. At one moment, say under Biden, very vocally supportive of Ukraine, more ambiguous under President Trump. Do you think that sort of vacillation in US policy has impacted at all on global support for humanitarian action and humanitarian law? I know this is a very complicated area, and I guess I certainly have worked out of Geneva myself. I've got a fair idea of the laws of war aspect of this and of what the ICRC in particular does. But it can be argued, and this is more where my question is coming from, it can be argued that a change in the permissiveness shown by a major power like the United States towards the use of armed force against civilian populations, such as I think we are seeing in Ukraine, legitimises an erosion of standards, as though, well, it doesn't really matter anymore if there's a disproportionate effect on the civilian population. After all, everything is the same in war. It's just legitimised out. Are there signs of that from where you stand in Ukraine?
To be honest, I cannot agree that, like it's somehow legitimize attacks on civilians, for example. Yeah, I don't. I'm far from the thoughts that really it could be, perceived by all the world as a legitimization of the new attacks on civilians. Yeah, the question that definitely the cutting of humanitarian funding from USAID, for example, it's have an impact. Yeah, so for Ukrainian Red Cross, we don't see such a huge impact because we were funded mostly by our Red Cross, Red Crescent movement. But for a lot of NGOs in Ukraine, it makes a very big footprint. They scaling down their operations. They have to rebuild their structures. They have to change their strategies, and definitely not in a proper positive way. Their activities going down, and this is have a real physical impact on the beneficiaries. Here, I'm fully agree. Yeah, but there is a general trend of funding when funding's going down.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to keep up to date with all our latest research and work, sign up to our newsletter. Delivered every fortnight, it includes behind-the-scenes updates from Richard Dennis, an exclusive cartoon from Judy Horacek, details for our upcoming events and webinars, as well as explainers, graphs, and not to mention the latest cutting-edge research and analysis from the team here on the key issues that are facing Australia. Click the button on your screen to check it out.